Hey there and welcome. We're about to dive into something super important, the unwritten rulebook for the internet. And look, this is way more than just about being polite online. It's really your guide to thriving in this digital world we all live in.
Okay, so let's try a little thought experiment. Imagine the internet is its own country, a massive, sprawling one. My question to you is, do you know its rules, its customs, its language? Because let's be real, navigating it well is an absolutely essential skill today. And that's exactly what we're going to break down.
All right, first things first. If you're going to get anywhere in this new country, you've got to know how to ask for directions, right? And in the digital world, that means mastering the local language, which for us is the language of search.
So, what are the building blocks of this language? Keywords, simple as that. You can think of them like super precise tools for cutting through all the noise out there. And trust me, the real magic is all in picking the right ones.
And yeah, this right here shows you exactly what I mean. If you just type in something vague like, how can I improve English? You're going to get a tidal wave of generic stuff. But get specific, like improve English communication skills for engineers. And bam, you get exactly what you're looking for. That's the power of being precise.
Okay, so you found what you're looking for. Awesome. What's next? Well, a lot of the time, it's talking to other people. But here's the thing. Online conversations aren't all created equal. They basically break down into two main styles.
This table lays it out perfectly. On one hand, you've got what we call synchronous communication. Think real-time stuff like a Zoom call. It's great because it's instant, right? But the downside is everyone has to be online at the exact same moment. Then you've got the other side, asynchronous. This is your email, your forum posts. It's super flexible, you can reply whenever you want, but you lose that immediate back and forth. The big takeaway here, it's all about choosing the right tool for the right situation.
You know, just like any country has its own social norms and customs, the internet has its own rules of the road. And really, this is all about how we can all interact with each other in a way that's, respectful and actually gets things done.
And yep, there's a name for this, netiquette. It's kind of a cheesy word, I know, just network plus etiquette, but it's so important. It's basically the unwritten code of conduct that stops our online world from turning into total chaos.
So, what does good netiquette actually look like in practice? Well, it's pretty much the stuff our parents taught us, just online. Be polite. Respect that other people have different opinions, and definitely respect their privacy. Use decent language, and maybe the golden rule of the internet. Just think before you post.
And then, of course, you've got the flip side, the big don'ts. Things like using abusive language, spamming everyone, posting offensive comments, and a huge one, sharing fake news. I mean, this stuff doesn't just bend the rules of netiquette. It actively makes the internet a worse place for everybody.
Okay, let's recap. We've talked about finding information and communicating with others. Now let's get into the next level, when you start creating your own stuff and adding your voice to the mix. And we're going to talk about how to do that with integrity.
And the absolute cornerstone of digital integrity is avoiding this one word, plagiarism. What is it? Well, at its core, it's just using someone else's work or ideas without giving them credit. It's a huge breach of trust online, and it totally devalues all the hard work the original person put in.
And here's something that trips a lot of people up. Plagiarism isn't just a simple copy-paste job. No way. Even if you paraphrase something, put it in your own words. If you don't say where you got the idea from, that's still plagiarism. And believe me, the consequences for that can be pretty serious.
So, how do you make sure you never do it? It's actually a pretty simple three-step deal. First, you can use writing tools to help check your work and make it more accurate. Second, and this is the big one, always cite your sources. Always give credit where it's due. And third, just own your work. Be honest, be original, and be proud of what you create.
All right, let's pull back for a second and look at the big picture here. Being a citizen of this digital world, it gives you incredible power, right? But with that power comes some pretty big risks. The whole game is about finding the right balance. I mean, just look at this contrast. It really is a double-edged sword. On one side, we have all these amazing opportunities, online courses, ebooks, access to pretty much all of human knowledge. But that other edge is sharp. We're talking about data theft, plagiarism, and a sea of fake information.
So, what's the key takeaway from all this? The goal isn't to be scared of the internet or its problems. The goal is to become a responsible digital citizen, someone who can take full advantage of all the good stuff while also being smart enough to navigate around the dangers.
And that really brings us to our final thought. It's a simple idea, but it's so powerful for the world we live in now. The idea is to use technology wisely, not blindly. Don't just be a passive scroller, be an active, thoughtful participant. That right there is how you truly master the digital world.